Time is flying by so fast, and honestly, I am just counting the days until I can book a flight back to Shanghai because there are a couple foods that are calling my name, and just the energy. I'm missing it and looking forward to getting back there. But I would like for you guys to tell me. So I think that you guys have seen some of the things that we did when we were in Shanghai. And I've been on Instagram and TikTok looking at all the different things that that are available or activities and things in Shanghai. And I would like help with planning this list, this next trip or whatever. Like, please tell me where we should go on Shanghai visit number 2. So aside from that, I am really excited to get into this next video. So let's get it. Okay, first of all, I recognize this lady. I recognize her. If I'm not mistaken, this is the woman who she really touched me with her story of being the real estate agent and then being so honored to come back to the stage. So I'm really excited that she made it to the finals. Like, that is phenomenal, and I love her dress. 让我用心跳，忘你我就活不了。时间得到。Look how it glitters. It's so pretty. 在他把记忆切断那一秒，却没有带走爱负责的烦恼。
已经不太重要。
Yeah. They looked at each other like, yeah, that's a good match. And I agree. The way that you come in when you're singing a duet, the way that you come in, it has to compliment the person who just finished singing, and such a wonderful compliment. And I paused here and I'm looking at these two, and I have been reading the comments, and my my subtitler told me that, you know, these two are very far in age and, you know, a relationship is inappropriate. But my goodness, I'm looking at this man and he does not look, they say that black don't crack, but look at this man. Like, Chinese don't crack, because he does not look his age at all. He looks mature, but he doesn't look like it doesn't look like he's so much older than her. So just gonna put that out there.
只是我忘了把你忘掉，
别把我忘掉。
时间很早，就算那吻过的人已老，心在隐隐作痛，哪管你要或不要。
So he gave us strong, and then dum dum ya dum dum. That is all diaphragm right there, to be able to give that big and then pull it back and not hear any disconnect and not hear any issues or anything like that. That is the holy grail of skill and control there.
燃烧，想象不到痛还在燃烧，以为火早已扑灭了，怎么一见你，心又被后悔灼伤了，燃烧，泪是爱情的火药。
Okay, there, I feel like as they came in together, that is where, you know, we want to hear the big buildup of the voices, and then rah, right? The way that they both come and sound together. Hold on, so I was saying, when the voices came in together, you expected to give somewhat of a crescendo going up. The one voice plus another voice equals more voice, basically. But I feel like he kind of dominated there, and she was more in the background, more like an undertone or a background vocal. That's kind of what it sounded like with that mashup there. So I actually would have her to either sing louder or to turn her mic up. She did pull it away a bit, but I would have liked to hear a little bit more of her in that spot, just so that it balances out.
请不要这样看我，我知道我一套不到。
已经不太重要，重要的只是
Can we get a little bit of respect for that closed mouth vowel that just happened there? And then the way that I could literally hear her throat being open there. She with her teeth together and everything. Like that was excellent.
把你忘掉，时间很早，就算那吻过的人已老，心在隐隐作痛，哪管你要或不要，燃烧，想象不到痛还在燃烧，以为火早已不灭了，怎么遇见你，心又被后悔灼伤了，燃烧。
So in this part, I feel like he actually, and I could be wrong, but it feels like he picked up on the fact that she was not matching the energy that he was giving and that, or the volume that he was giving, and he brought himself down. So now it feels more like a good marriage as opposed to one person drowning the other person out. And that is a huge thing that you have to practice and consider when you're doing duets and harmonies and things like that, and you're performing them, is you don't want to, the objective is not to be heard. It's for the unit to sound well together. And I feel like this kind of shows his professionalism because he came to match her as opposed to overshadowing her or letting hers fly underneath the radar the entire song. So I appreciate that.
泪是爱情的火药，请不要这样看我，我知道我已逃不掉。
一直想找一个人，在我心里划一道。
Ooh, okay.
还要等到那一天，才能埋葬烙在心中的惊讶。燃烧，想象不到痛还在燃烧。
Maybe I'm being picky, but I wouldn't have done like that. I would have done more of a, I would have given it a crescendo and then punched it there with the lights and the music and everything coming back in there, especially because they paused and they did that first note and it was a cappella. So I feel like I would have accentuated it more as opposed to them both punching it together there. I would have liked to have it grow and then punch, but that's just me, just my little 2 cents.
因为我早已扑灭了，怎么遇见你，心又被后悔灼伤了，燃烧。你是爱情的火药，请不要这样看我，
我知道我已逃不掉。
Nice.
我知道我已逃不
think that to be able to hit that the way that she did there at the end, I think I've said this before, the control that is necessary. She just did this entire song with all of this, and you could tell she threw her whole self in there. She was in it. But to bring it back down to that very small, and let's not even consider the fact that she might be nervous being on stage, but she brought it back down there, and she didn't sound like she was out of breath. She didn't sound like you could hear her nerves or any of that. It was very, very smooth. That is a completely different level of control. Now, I hate to say this, I hate to call anybody out, but I do remember that Nikki, I think that's her name, the black woman, she finished doing the song. She was there, she was in it and everything. And then when she came back down, you could hear the shake in her voice from either the inertia of singing the song or her own adrenaline or her nerves or whatever, but you could hear that. And what I have seen in more than one performance is that the performers will be fully into it, but then when they bring it back down, it still sounds calm, cool, collected, and controlled. So I have a whole different level of respect for that, even aspiration in regards to myself, because the adrenaline rush when you're on stage is real. Like, it's intense. Your body is doing a whole bunch of things involuntarily. You're excited. You're feeding off the energy of the crowd. You just finished, like singing and giving a nice diaphragmatic workout. Like, there are a lot of different reasons of why you would have a shaky voice at the end. And the fact that these singers that I've been listening to lately can have all of that stuff going on just as humans and then still bring it back down to a very soft and controlled place, it just really highlights professionalism, skill, and control. So I have a lot of respect. And like I said, aspirations on my own, because I'm not on stage every day. So that adrenaline rush and everything, like, we're going to see. When I finally get back on stage, we're going to see how that's going to work out for me. But honestly, the thing that you can do, there are tricks that you can do to control that. Exercising while you're singing really, really helps you to work on controlling the inertia, controlling being out of breath. Like, you can work on that. And I have done that. I have systems and regimens in place for that. But I just want to highlight that it's not easy. It's a challenge, and I respect very much that. So anyway, that's my TED Talk. Looking forward to see what you guys say in the comments.